Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Vlad?
Hi, Ben. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing really well as well.
If I sound nasally, it's because I caught a cold.
You,
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I come off as nasally sounding. I hate it when I sound like that.
oh, no problem. I think, boy, you've had a bad go of it here because you were sick last month too, aren't you?
That was nothing compared to this. That was just a common cold. This is a little bit more serious because I have some issues with my throat. You know when you have that really bad phlegm, the greenish stuff. That's
Sure.
what I'm experiencing right now.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Um, yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad you were able to jump on a call here.
Yeah, no problem.
So I'm just like going through this. I actually think this home page image turned out okay. Like it turned out okay. This is okay.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not really. I wasn't really happy with. At first, I saw 146 images, and I thought, "Oh wow, we've got a lot of material here." Um,
mm-hmm.
and as I started having to select images for pages, and I just realized how small of a selection it was, and then we just didn't have enough,
Yeah,
especially at that resolution, dimension, size.
sure. Um, So I'm just going to go through these pages and like note the things that I'm seeing.
Okay.
I am recording this on my local device.
All right.
But if you happen to take notes too, that's great. And
Yeah,
then
I'm taking notes.
maybe vice versa. Just chime in too if you see something or if you want to do the same thing. That's cool too.
Mhm.
So I think this is okay, not fantastic. I mean, if there's something better, but I don't think it's terrible. Um, I do have updated copy for this part, which you might have seen here. Um, yes, so I
Can be
think
better. Yes, I
that's
saw
the current
that.
copy. So this we're still looking for him for Ryan to provide, some stuff here.
Hmm.
We at least need,
Job title.
yeah, like job title and then this guy's actual image or some alternative person.
Testimonials. Okay.
Okay. Um, this I thought should link, right?
Hmm.
Strikes me as being a link here, and it's not a link. In the About Our Work, learn more about the DTI process. Um, and this these links like don't really work, right? Okay, that one sort of
Yes.
works.
This one's supposed to be going to that process diagram.
Yes,
Mhm.
and you saw that I got back with Sonia today
Yes, I saw that. It looks pretty good.
um, with the feedback there. So this at least links to something that's relevant. This goes back to the um, homepage. So I guess this should go to the services page,
Hmm.
the actual like services page up here. So that's my thought about this link for this learn more. Let's see how this see all link. That goes to the blog, so that works. Do all of these go to the appropriate things? They do. Um, so yeah, those couple links need to be fixed, as does this resources link. See all resources, and then it goes just to the top of the homepage.
Hmm. Hmm.
Newsletter. Okay, that is fine for now. I don't think. All right, that's fine for now. Let's just check their social media links if they go to where they're supposed to go. Goes to DTI, goes to DTI, goes to DTI, does not go to DTI. So the YouTube link needs updated. Let's see if they even have anything. I think they might, but it's like really outdated. Nope. Yeah, so just remove the
The
YouTube link.
YouTube link entirely. Okay.
Okay. Um, all right. So that's that. I'm also not too keen on this member login thing. I know this is the first time that I've brought that up, but you know what? For now, that's not that's not our biggest problem. This solutions image needs to change. Unfortunately, that does not work. Likewise, we need something here. We need something there.
Other than Latin.
Yes. Okay, so the other thing that I noticed about some of these pages with the image, okay, so here's the slanty image, and it looks like there's some white space here between that image, the header image, and then the rest of the content. Does not look like that exists here. That's super tight. Like that content goes right up there. So that's an issue. Let me just
Hero image banner. Okay.
see if that works there. Okay, those things work too. And let me. So this word solutions isn't the same font and size as all the other ones, right?
Yep. Solutions font.
Okay. Yeah, so this page is actually just a little bit goofy compared to the rest of them. Let's see how this looks.
Oh,
Here
this
you go.
one, yeah.
This is an example of how this copy should look here, right? It's not as wide as the rest of them.
Yeah, and
There's a
that's
nice
the
bit.
issue that I noticed today. So since yesterday, he changed that upper text to change with the sub pages for the
Yeah.
industry pages, and I noticed all of a sudden it was wider compared to yesterday.
Yeah. So it should all be looking like this, but you could see on the software page and on the industries page and on the solutions page that it's super wide.
And the spacing off.
Yeah, and so it seems like the same pages that it's really wide are the same pages that there isn't any sort of like buffer between that and the header image. All right, so okay, and then also we've talked about this, but we need something here, and then likewise for it to link to something. I think for now it's okay if it's all a call to action for a consultation and then it goes there. Did they make the change we asked to?
But Ben, just a reminder that we do have a CTA, a dedicated CTA for each one of the sub pages.
Oh, good.
Yes.
All right. So that needs updated. Like, somebody needs to jump in there and update.
Sure. I wanted to wait till Jagadish was done with this last update, and then I'm going to go through and edit all of the content. I didn't want to change the content just in case that all of that was going to get erased again.
Yep.
So before your meeting tomorrow with the client, I'm going to be able to change all the content for you.
Cool. I think that's very savvy. Okay. So we'll have that there. I think we had talked about removing this area of interest. So we need to remove the area of interest from the submission form. Let's also change the name here, submission form, to blah. What should it be?
Name change.
Jeez.
Contact form.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like he really likes casual stuff, so I was thinking about like reach out or connect with us or touch base or something like that, or like something that actually talks about their problems or what they're gonna get or something like that. Like
sure, we'll just jot that down as a change for now, and then we'll think of something.
Yeah, if something comes up there. So anyway, that was those issues.
Okay.
So let's see how this works here. The only problem with this being changeable is then that slightly changes where you're located on the page, if you know what I mean.
Yes, but what would you suggest? I was thinking of the possibility of leaving it, but what would you suggest as leaving up there? Something from the anchor page, maybe, or
or like some sort of additional basic information about solutions industry software. I have mixed feelings. Like the other thing too is we could just be careful about the text that we use because it's not like that text is going to change. So, if we say, boy, everything is going to be 4 lines long or everything's going to be 3 lines long, and you know what? Whatever we write here is going to be 3 lines long, and then
Mhm.
we're okay.
Yeah,
I think that's a fine solution as well. It just would require us to think that through and make sure that we've got the same, uh, you know, number of rows of content.
sure, sure.
So that I think is probably my preferred solution. Is we just make the content fit the design there versus the other way around. Okay.
Solutions image definitely needs to change.
Yeah. So what are we at here? We were at yes. The solutions images definitely needs to change, as you say. Definitely. Um,
I'm gonna run through that photo album one more time, but Ben, it was really a challenge. I spent too much time just looking through photographs, even though I was running through the same images again and again and again, just knowing there's not really a
mhm,
an ideal image for some of these. So
mhm.
uh, maybe I can look for some stock images online and just like buy them.
Jeez,
Maybe
I
that'd
don't.
be better.
No, I don't like. I would rather see some of these images. They just need to be the correct dimensions here.
Mhm.
I'll look
Yeah.
through them too. But as you say, like I'm sure you're correct about the about.
The only another challenge was so another challenge was they didn't change the environment where they were taking the pictures very often. So there might
Yeah,
be another one that looks good, but it looks kind of funny right next to the home page, a solutions page where it's the exact same background, the exact
sure,
same people. So that was a little bit
sure.
funky.
And I think the other thing to keep in mind is if we just ship this thing here this month, in 2-3 weeks we get some other pictures.
Yeah.
So if we have pictures that are rather similar looking, and that's not ideal, okay, fine, so be it. Then in 3 weeks, when we get other pictures, awesome, we'll just make sure that at that time we're very careful about um, maybe giving some other specifications to be like, all right, well, we have a lot of these kinds of pictures. Can we get it at a different environment in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or
Yeah.
form?
Sure.
Like,
That sounds good.
can you show up at the Greensburg Auto Auction and take some pictures or something?
Mhm.
So, all right. Um, Industries page. So, despite what Jagadish said, they can do this image this way. I thought he said he couldn't do it, but he can. So that's good news.
Mhm.
Um, but the images. Okay, why did that happen? Why is there no drop?
Huh.
Should there
That's,
be?
that's interesting. Yeah, there should be a
Yeah,
drop
there's a
down.
drop down on about, but there's not a drop down for any of these other menu
This
items.
is like playing whack-a-mole. We fix one problem and then something goes wrong.
Seriously, I'm
Okay,
dying.
fix the drop down menu. That's another thing.
I'm dying. Okay. Um,
Sure.
so we fixed the drop down menu.
Mhm.
Um, so here we are in solutions. And the reason why I thought about the drop down menu is like these aren't all accurate anymore. So if you would take a look at the whatever they are now, right? It's construction, manufacturing, commercial. Oh, it is correct.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We did
Perfect.
fix that. Yep.
Yeah, so that is correct. Of course, same issues here with this thing. It's too wide, not enough white space. And I am still friggin' seeing this image nice and flat along the bottom. I'm not sure if you're still seeing it that way.
When I checked this morning, it was totally off. So it was like I think it was like a work in progress. Like they were fixing that page as I was looking at it.
Uh-huh.
So I could take a look right now and figure that out.
Cool. Um, the other thing that seems to expand the okay. The other thing that expands the size of this image is um, the height of it is what's on here. So what's on the image? So here, if that's 2 lines long and that's 1 line long, you see how the image changes? I think that's also just something that's a natural behavior for the image, and we just need to account for it in our titles. So if we have a 2-line title here, darn it, like these can't be 1-line titles, or vice versa. Like maybe this is accounts receivable automation, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
So, I mean, shoot, I could just go in and freaking change this here. Some of this stuff we don't necessarily need them to do. Ooh.
Yeah, anything related to content changes, we can get that done. We can get that done just by editing it in HubSpot.
Menu. Why the heck? There it is. Right. And for much of that, we just might be son of a gun. It's still 2 lines, huh? So we might need their help to make this 1 line, like give us a little extra bandwidth if we need it. I'm not sure if that's something we can just do. Doesn't look like it. So anyway, I was just trying to think of something that makes our life easier. So here we are in software. This one's okay. I thought maybe the image itself could be moved down and to the right a little bit. So, like, I think the image is okay, but let's, just, well, maybe it shouldn't be down because I see his hand. But maybe the right.
It is meant to show the software and then his head and the hand. Otherwise, it would be strange looking.
I totally see what you're doing here. I guess if it could be pushed over to the right just a little bit, but if it can't, it can't.
Okay.
That was just one thing I saw because his face over the text. The less of that, the better. But again, that just might be unavoidable. Okay, all that stuff works great. And of course, this is us with the calls to action. Beautiful software that works. Ooh. So if I go to home from here, just messing around with the menu a little bit. Okay. I guess that's okay. Yeah, this about image, that's gotta go, unfortunately. That's gonna be, as you say, some of these are tough here. But when I'm going through these puppies here, I'm just, well, maybe just from looking at it. Is there more width on this picture, or is this as wide as the picture is?
Chances are that's as wide as the picture is.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, all right. Ooh, that's funky stuff when it's. All right. Okay.
I'm going to give those custom photos a second shot, though. So I'm going to go run through and see which pictures. Well, I know which pictures didn't work out, so I'm going to go through and see if I can make a better selection for those.
So those would be. Oh, here's the other thing that I think they should do here. This little arrow is clickable, but nothing else is. And I'm always just, every time I go here, I click on the picture and nothing happens. And then I click on his name or his title because that's the next closest thing and nothing happens. And then I click on the arrow and then I finally get to his page.
Yeah, it makes sense to make everything clickable on there.
Yeah. Also, we have that informal picture of Suzanne White that I sent over to you. They need to update. That informal picture is better than this dude. So, this is clearly not Joanne.
And we do have some images that the professional took.
Oh, good.
So we have those.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Susan's in there as well. I'm pretty sure.
Perfect. So if we can get those images over to him, over to Jagadish to update them, that's awesome too. And then update all those things there. Let's see here, team. I think the blog is okay. Blog is okay. Hey, we got one that's all right. Resources.
Yeah. How does the resource image look to you?
Not perfect, but not terrible. How's that? I think this one's okay. If we want to try some, and also this is one I think too that you might be able to just play around with, because I'm looking at this here, and you can just go. Did they make that change?
It looks like might have.
Yeah, like it looks like they might have to make this design tweak to those images. It's however, I think if you wanted to, yeah, it looks like they're definitely tweaking those images to make that cut. But I think even if you wanted to play around with some other ones, knowing that they would have to make that change to the image, and then you just get some idea, like you could just pop those regular images in and see, if there might be a better way of doing this. But it doesn't look terrible, I don't think. Okay. Yeah, and then I guess the other thing is us like whipping up some landing pages for these here, or the downloads. Like, can we? How's this? I think maybe not by tomorrow, but maybe by tomorrow, one of the things we could do is upload the actual PDFs into HubSpot, and then just link these CTAs to the PDF download link. You know what I mean?
Sure, we can do that.
So that's not perfect. That doesn't give us the landing page, so we're not actually generating leads, but we have a workable solution that buys us a few days. All right. Okay, there you go. This works. All right. This dummy text, of course, needs fixed, and on the contact us page, this is not click to call. Or it is. It's supposed to be. But it is not for me. That looks like it's right. 86638. I wonder if they need to skip the dots? That shouldn't really affect it. This looks like it's click to call, but again, it's not working for me. Maybe something at least for them to note.
Yeah, we'll check it out in HubSpot.
All right, yeah, and then we talked about the name pages. Resources. That's everything that I saw. What do you have here?
Other than, the biggest thing was I mentioned the images that were wrong, but I would have to, I could do a run through and just send you an email containing anything, or include it in tomorrow's email to Jagadish. You're going to be sending this audio file to him. Okay.
Yeah. The other thing. Oh, so here's maybe I don't want to say a way around it, but we'd need 3 lines in this title. But I'm just thinking, hey, the image gets taller the more text there is here, right? So is there? No, that's not appropriate. Okay, most of them are 2 lines of text anyway. Okay, never mind. Yep, so I can send this to Jagadish, and of course we need to update some of this content. The other thing I sent you was, here we go, this is us. Is I thought that we could have a, why can't I get there? There we go. And did you have anything that you saw that you wanted to go over before?
Related to the website?
Yeah.
Well, now that you had the website open, we could change those images that were just on. I just saw some on the page that we could change. They were
Okay.
stock photos. If you can go back to that site, those images right there. Do you want us to change those?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I don't see why these couldn't be. Oh, that's funky. I didn't know I could do that with Zoom. Yes.
Oh, it makes sense from a presentation.
Ooh, that's dyslexic S right there. Okay. Um. Oh man, you should watch out because crazy stuff's gonna happen now. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know how
homepage
to.
photos.
I don't know how to undo that, but okay. Back to a mouse. Um. Ooh, funky. Um. Clear. Clear all drawings.
You got it.
So the Jagadish, he is available as of 1 a.m. my time, 7 a.m. your time. I thought maybe we could just pull together all of our to-dos here, based upon this video, and you could parse it out about who needs to do what, like what can we do, what, and by we, I mean all of us, like if Tamara can help, like that's awesome too, etc. Whatever we need to do to get this as good as possible by tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Mhm.
And then likewise, what Inbound Sys needs to do. So if we could pull that together, and then meet with him to go over what needs to happen, and then also get some feedback from him in terms of timeline. So as you say, like we're not putting in content when he's writing over all the content and so forth.
Mhm.
So just, is there a time that works for you tomorrow? Any of these, any and all times work for me, except for things that happen later than my meeting with.
Yeah. The only time that doesn't work for me tomorrow is in between 8:30 and 10:30 my time.
Okay.
So that would be 10:30 to 12:30 his time, and
Well, I mean, I'm cool with doing. It's like 7 a.m. early for you. Like, I just don't know what your
no,
schedule.
not a problem. I can do 7 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Not a
have
problem.
my Wheaties at 5 in the morning, like I do, great. Let's meet at 7 a.m. But if that's pushing it for you, and you need to
No,
do,
not at all. Not at all.
8 or something, or 10, that's fine too.
7 o'clock is just fine.
Okay, all right. Just want to be sure. I'm not trying to push you. I'm just trying to push Jagadish.
Of course, and we got that meeting tomorrow. I want everything to look great.
Right. Yeah. And if he can, and if his team can start working on it as of whenever the heck that is, time in India, that would be outstanding.
Hmm.
And it's not even that I want to push Jagadish. Conversely, I want to give him as much time as possible. And I'll just wake up at the middle of the night. Okay, cool, awesome. I'm good to go if you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm good to go, and I'm gonna go over the site one more time and see if I can find anything else. And if you can
Yeah,
send me the audio file, that'd be great.
awesome. Yeah, we'll do.
All right, thanks a lot, Ben. I'll talk to you during the meeting.
Yep. Talk soon. Bye.
All right, bye.